Using Facebook ads for lead generation, we were able to generate 461 leads at about $14 per lead for a local home service business. I'm going to show you the exact same process that we use to get those results, which is the exact same process that we've been able to take to replicate across multiple markets in the United States to get similar results. If you're new here, my name is Armando and I work with local businesses, helping them with their internet marketing so they can get more leads and generate more sales. And if that's something you're interested in, subscribe so that you don't miss any of the other training videos. So our starting off point is going to be the Facebook Ads Manager. This is where we're going to be creating our entire campaign and setup. Now, a lot of things have changed in the past several months with Facebook, and one of those things is the way we qualify those leads towards the end. So in this training, I'm going to show you not only how we set things up in order to get that traffic, to get those people to raise their hands, but what happens afterwards and how you follow up with them, which is really where the rubber meets the road so you can close more of that business. So the very first thing that you need to do is click on this green create button at the campaign level. This is going to bring up a list of objectives that you need to choose in order to start to generate leads. If you're a small business, the objective that you want to select is leads, and then click continue. Now, you're going to be given the option to have Facebook streamline and tailor your campaign based on what you want. The answer to that is no. Make sure you select manual control so that you can have all the options available for you and you can choose and pick which ones are going to be best fit for your business. So click on manual control and click continue. And before we jump into the entire setup, I do want to tell you that I've got resources listed in the description of this video for pretty much everything that I mentioned. And if you're a small business owner that you're watching this, there is a workshop listed in the description that walks you more in depth on how to create great offers, how to promote your business, and how to get up and running with our system here in 60 minutes. So usually within a week, you start to see results. If you want to check that out, you can go ahead and do it with the link in the description. So from the campaign level, very first thing that you want to do is give this a name, basically whatever makes sense for you. In this example, I'm going to be setting up a window cleaning, a window washing ad just for the purpose of this training. So I'm going to go ahead and give it a name. I'm going to scroll down here through this section and I'm going to shut off advanced campaign budget. I'm just going to shut that off. We don't need that right now. Next thing that you're going to want to do is click on this new lead ad set. This is where we're going to be setting up a demographic, where you're going to be setting up your ideal customer and where you're going to be setting up a placement of your advertising so you can maximize the investment that you're making. You're going to scroll down to the conversion section of where the conversions are going to happen. And for this one, you're going to choose instant forms. You're going to make sure that your page is actually selected here. If you've run a business with multiple pages, make sure that the right one is selected here in this section so that you can run ads from the right page. Next, you're going to scroll down to the budget and scheduling section, and this is where you're going to pick your budget. Now, one thing I will say about budget is your budget, but make sure that you're looking at budget not in terms of volume of leads, but in actual quality of leads. So if you spend $100, you want to get $200 or $300 back in your pocket from that investment. So look at leads in terms of how many are you actually closing. As far as budget goes, whatever your budget is your budget. Go ahead and plug it in here and then scroll down to the audience section. And this is where you're actually going to be selecting demographics that you're going to pick in order to promote your ad to those people that you want. Now, one of the biggest mistakes that I see small business owners still make today is clicking that blue boost button. And what they don't realize is that that blue boost button really goes to everyone and your targeting options are very limited. So you're going to end up with a bunch of clicks, a bunch of likes, a bunch of comments, maybe even some angry ones, but not any real business. So what I want you to do here is actually plug in your service area that you want to advertise in. So click on the location section here and click edit, and you can actually target specific cities, specific zip codes, and specific service areas that you want to promote your business in. So go ahead and pick that in there. Same thing is going to go for age. Make sure that you are not promoting 18-year-olds because typically an 18-year-old is not going to buy your window cleaning services or your power washing services or your roof replacement quotes or anything like that. So pick the age that corresponds to your ideal customer. Same thing goes for gender. And as far as detailed targeting goes, you can actually leave that off for now. Now, I'm going to say a little disclaimer here. I'm not going deep into targeting, and I'm probably going to get comments of people saying, well, why didn't you go deep into targeting? That's because it's really impossible to dig into every single targeting option for every single business type. You can have two exact businesses marketing the exact same offer, and the audiences and targeting could be completely different. Now, if you want to learn more about targeting, you want to learn more about getting this stuff in front of the right people, check out the workshop that I have linked in the description of this video. Next thing that you want to do is go down to placements. Now, this is where you're going to select where your advertising is going to be placed. Now, some of you may have Instagram accounts, some of you may not have Instagram accounts, some of you just want to run Instagram ads, some of you just want to run Facebook ads, some of you just want to run both of them, right? This is where you go ahead and actually choose that. What you want to do is click on manual placements and actually go through this list here and decide where your ads are actually going to show up, where they make sense. For example, if you're running an image ad, not video, it does not make sense for your ads to actually show up on Facebook's video feed. They're not going to perform very well. So go through this list and place your ads exactly where you want to show them. Once you do that, you're going to go over to the new lead ad section here, and this is where we're going to be creating our ad copy, our offer, and our creative. First things first, go ahead and label this something that actually makes sense to you. And I'm in Houston, so I'm just going to label this Window Cleaning Houston, and I'm just going to go to the identity section and verify that my page is the right one. And if I want to advertise on Instagram, it's actually the correct Instagram account that I'm connected to. Next thing that you're going to come down to is the ad setup. You're going to have a few options in here. The option that you'll want to choose is single image or video. From here, go down to the ad creative, and what we're going to do here is just remove all this media that's there, and this is where you're going to select the creative that you want. So you can pick a picture or you can pick a small video that you've got of your product or services that you want to promote. With add media, choose add image, and this is going to open the Facebook media library. If you do not have media in here, this is the first time you're running ads, this is probably going to be empty. But if you've run ads before, you can choose from the ones that you've got here, or you can click this upload button and you can upload a new picture to use for this. Since we're going to be doing window cleaning service, I'm just going to pick this window cleaning image that I've got here. I'm going to click next, and I'm going to upload it in my viewer here, ready to go. Now that your image is loaded, you're going to come down to the area that says primary text. This is where your ad copy is going to go, where your offer is going to go. Now, I will give you a little bit of a hint when it comes to creating a really solid offer. Also, I do want to mention your offer is everything. If you've got a weak offer, an offer that nobody wants, then nobody is ever going to buy your stuff, no matter how great your image is. Okay, so your offer is everything. Really put some thought into this thing here. Your offer is not about you. It's not how many years you've been in business. Your offer is about your customers and what they actually want to get out of the deal. How can you help them? What is the thing that they want? Now, again, I'm going to shamelessly plug the workshop in here. If you want to learn more about creating offers that actually convert, you can check out the links in the description of this video that's got the links to the workshops where you can go watch that. After you plug in your headline, the next thing that you want to do is click on this call to action button. You actually want this to match what you want people to do and what you're actually telling them to do. So if they're not signing up for anything, don't you sign up. I typically like to use either learn more or get offer. Once your ad is built, you're going to come down to the instant form section, and we're going to be creating a form. Now, keep in mind that this is very different than actually sending somebody to an external page like your website or a landing page. All these customers, all these conversions are going to be what's called on-platform conversion. Basically, it's going to be really easy for the user to click on your ad, get an instant form that pops up. Some of the information is going to be pre-filled, and others they're going to have to fill in there in order to qualify themselves to become a good lead. So from here, what you want to do is click on this new form icon. Once the form opens up, what you want to do is give this form a name. And what you want to do here is click on type of form. Now you have three options now. This is part of the changes that Facebook has been making. You used to have more volume, higher intent, and now you have a custom one that tells your story with rich content and visuals. Once you do that, click on the intro section, and this is where you're going to have these sections in here, your headline and a few sentences that you can add in here. What I would do is I tell people exactly what it is, something to support your ad. Are you looking for window cleaning? And this is the price that you're going to get. If you're interested in this kind of stuff, go ahead and slide next, and then they'll be moved on to the question section. Now, there are a few things that have actually changed with Facebook, and one of the questions that people have all the time is, hey, when I'm using something like a lead ad, my leads are very low quality. And I usually find out that this is because one of two things. Number one, they're leaving the form as it is. Only thing that they're gathering is name, phone number, and email. And a lot of times people are submitting these forms by mistake because when they click on it, it's really easy for Facebook to pre-populate that information. And the second thing is that people are not really doing a good job at optimizing these forms to pre-qualify people. Now, one of the things that we're going to do in order to fix that problem is actually add a pre-qualifying question. So we're going to click on Add Question, click Multiple Choice, and now Facebook has changed these questions and we can use something called lead filtering. Basically, we can decide if the lead is good based on an information that they themselves have to enter so that it's not an automatic populated answer. So you're going to enter your question in here and basically decline to move these people down the line so that you don't have to mess with them or qualify them even further. Now, inside of my mini workshop, the Local Lead Mastery workshop, I cover a way that you can maximize and get 15 to 20% more qualified inquiries by optimizing this form alone. So if you're interested in actually diving deeper into some of this stuff, go ahead and check that out. Next thing that we're going to do is actually choose the questions that we need in order to get our lead information, right? That could be name, phone number, email, maybe zip code, and a few other items. Next, you're going to go to the private policy section and you're going to put your privacy link that goes to your website here, along with just a text that says privacy of where it goes. Then you're going to come down to message for leads. So this is going to be the thank you page. So you want to write something in here that makes this person go to the next step or entices curiosity or moves them down the line. Okay. Now this is the message that you're going to set up for non-leads. Basically, if they don't qualify, you're going to put them in here and say, sorry, based on your answers, you're not qualified. You're not a good lead for us. There's no need to waste time in order to get us connected. Now, the next step that I'm going to show you is actually what happens after this, because getting leads is only one part, but converting and closing those leads into paid appointments is a completely separate animal, and I'm going to show you how we automate this process so that it doesn't interfere with your current day-to-day workflows as a business owner. Okay, so in this step, I'm actually going to show you what we do with all those leads, how we turn around and we close more of those leads into paying customers. And what you're looking at here is my backend automation setup, the one that I set up for pretty much all my clients, regardless of industry. And I'm going to walk you through this, and I'm also going to give you this actual workflow inside of the workshop that I've got linked in the description. So if you decide that you want to use this and replicate this in your own business, just click that link, get the workflow so you can start using it and closing more business. So here's basically how this works. We have a series of steps that happen once somebody submits an actual form on Facebook. Because one of the biggest problems with small businesses is actually getting to the leads in a timely manner. And today, people want instant gratification. They want you to get back to them instantly, and they want you to text them and acknowledge them instantly. And that's the reason why when consumers are shopping around for somebody like a plumber, electrician, maybe even real estate agent, or any one of those home service businesses, the folks who answer the phone the fastest are going to be the ones that win the business. And a lot of times that's a very hard thing to do, especially when you're the only person in your business who's doing the quoting, who's doing the marketing, who's actually going out to the job site and handling all these other things. And this is where automation comes in and helps us kind of fill that gap and close more deals. So here's what you're looking at here. This is my local business workflow that I use. And of course, we customize this based on industry and a little bit of a different needs. But here's exactly what happens. So somebody is on Facebook, they see your ad, they submit that form, and they go through the pre-qualification check first of all, right? So you already know that the people who are actually submitting the form are somewhat pre-qualified because that initial qualification question that was on the form actually either turned a bunch of them away or said, yeah, let's have further discussion on this. So as soon as they submit that form, we instantly create a tag. We create an opportunity for you inside of this dashboard. An email goes out immediately to that lead. Let's say, somebody is requesting info about window cleaning, right? We instantly email you, the owner, and we text you letting you know that somebody just submitted the info along with all the info that they submitted so you can call them. But at the same time, we email the customer, we email the lead and say, hey, thank you, John, for reaching out about window cleaning services. We need to call you. We need to give you an estimate, and can we come out to your house or whatnot, right? At the same time that an email goes out, an instant text message goes out to them as well, right? So we say, hey, John, thank you for inquiring about window services. This is Mike from windowcleaning.com. And the best thing to do is to get on the call and see if we can give you an estimate or find out when we're gonna do this, right? Now you can set up appointments over the phone, set up appointments via text. Oftentimes we want these people to kind of click a link on a calendar and actually book a time for them to get a call back. That way you're not kind of having to stop what you're doing only to address these new leads. And that's all possible because of this workflow that we enter. The next thing that we do is we wait for them to reply. If they do not reply within a certain amount of time, we send an additional text message saying, hey, were you interested in something? Did you have any questions? We wait for them. If they don't respond again, we wait a day, and then we send a voicemail drop, basically a ringless voicemail to them, along with a follow-up text, along with a follow-up email. Then we're going to wait another 30 minutes or so. We're going to continue to follow up with them all the way until they tell us, hey, listen, we're not interested. And in which case we'll say, thank you for your time, either way. But if they do say that they're interested or that they do reply, we push them through this automation sequence where we ask them for, what's a good time, something that works out for you so that we can come out and quote you or whatever your sales process is. We continue down this funnel all the way until they're closed, right? So all this is happening behind the scenes and it's happening instantly. So this is like hiring a third person and their only job is actually picking up the phone, reaching out to customers and following up with people relentlessly. And only this is happening automatically on the back end. You could be on a job site, miss a phone call, miss a text, and the system will pick that up and reply on your behalf and actually book these people on your calendar. And this is how we're able to close more of those deals and make our clients a bunch of money, basically because we're profitable. So if you want to set something up like this, again, this flow that you're seeing here, I actually give it to you so you can plug it in straight into your business, and I show you how to import it into your system or how to build it out for yourself, right? It's there. It's in the local Lead Mastery workshop. If you guys want to check that out, it's in the description. And if you guys found this video really helpful, give it a thumbs up, subscribe. If you got any questions, leave them in the comments. I usually try to get around to responding to people fairly fast.